SeizYourBusiness.com podcast with Tony Rourke and Kevin O'Flaherty.
SeizYourBusiness.com, making you money.
Share it on Facebook, share it on LinkedIn, Twitter,
our blog, YouTube videos, listen to our podcast, getting so hot that it's burning up the stereo.
Welcome to the SeizYourBusiness.com podcast. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law. I'm joined today by my co-hosts Scott Mathis from Plateau to Peak Consulting and EJ Johnson from Liliana Properties. Today our guest is Linda Kunze from the Downers Grove. Why don't you tell me where you're from?
Downers Grove Downtown Management Corporation.
Awesome.
It's a mouthful.
We're thrilled to have you here, Linda. Why don't you tell me what the Downers Grove Downtown Management Corporation is and what it does and a little bit about your experience with the business.
Oh, be happy to, Kevin. Our organization started back in about 1999, and it was when our town had to go through a complete infrastructure. Our businesses were getting filled with water. Our offices were getting filled with water. We had 100-something-year-old infrastructure down here that was all disintegrating. So the village council at that time said they would put the effort and the money into this if our property owners also would put some ownership into this. So we had a vote by all of the property owners in the downtown, and they voted to assess themselves an extra 1.25% of the assessed value of their property back in 1999. So that generates for us about $234,000 a year that we work with. Now, we have had the same amount since day one. With our funding, the TIF was able to generate money to do the parking deck, to do the infrastructure, to do a facade improvement program, and I'm still working on perhaps an incentive program to help me get businesses in here and help them have extra funds to navigate through our old businesses with bringing them up to code. It's very expensive. It's very difficult with some of our old business and the technology nowadays. It's for people to make all those changes and for themselves. So that's how we started. And like I said, we have about $234,000 a year to work with. That covers our rent, our salaries, our every event that we do. We also help our business owners by doing publications. Like we have a wonderful coupon book we've been doing for the last 5 years. We take a cost of $7,000 from that, so our business owners only pay $300, and it goes to 56,000 homeowners around the area and in another suburb. So we always take pieces like that where our businesses can benefit, and that's what we feel our money is used for. It's better use for that.
So the mandate for what you do with the $234,000 is anything that can be a benefit to the whole of the downtown.
Right. And we always have to take that into consideration.
So how do I become a member of the Downtown Downers Grove?
You are automatically a member. Every business, every property owner has paid into this, and some property owners pay, if you look on your tax bill, it will say SSA, so you can see the amount that they're paying into this from their building. Now, some pay that themselves, others do take a little portion and put it onto the businesses.
Sure.
So there's no extra charge for you.
Do you have to be in this? What is the area?
Yes, the area starts at Maple Avenue and goes to Rogers and goes from Washington to Forest. So when people come down here from outside the community for our events and the Friday night car shows.
Which is wonderful.
Very successful down here.
Yeah.
We are constantly getting dealers from on Roosevelt Road wanting to set up table barbecue beef places, but our business owners and property owners pay for this. They pay to help our volunteers, to have t-shirts for the car show guys, for our marketing for the car show. Mm-hmm. And we do have 2 sponsorships this year. One is Perillo and one is Poogie. So every year we get 2 collar dealerships to help us. So we don't want anybody from the outside. Really, it would be offensive to our businesses if we brought somebody in when they can go to Wells Street Popcorn and get their popcorn or cotton candy or go into any of our restaurants in the downtown.
Now, how many events are we talking? You said events about 3 times. So how many events
We have a lot.
Santa's house, which I've been a part of. Kevin and I did some work on Santa's house last year. That's one of my favorites. Santa loves it. They have a gingerbread house or whatever they put at the end of the street. And the rest are.
Exactly. Well, that's one of my favorite too, and we could never do it without both of your help down here as sponsors and workers, and I sincerely appreciate that because Santa's house always seems to need work after the winter. So we start with, in January, the Ice Sculpture Festival. We work with Nadeau Sculptures, and they do a beautiful job of carving. All our businesses can participate in this, and we do allow outside businesses if they want to put a sculpture downtown to do that for awareness, and it's usually beautiful. We change the theme every year.
This year was princess or fantasy or what was it?
Golly.
There was a lot of princesses in
Yes,
fantasy.
there's a lot of
Frozen themes.
Frozen.
Yes.
It was certainly a frozen thing for sure. A lot of ice.
It turned out to be a frozen thing.
Nicole never bothered me anyway.
We're not going to start quoting Frozen. Got enough of those running through my head.
So that kicks us off for the year, and then we go into a girls' night out that we have twice a year, and we invite all the ladies down. They get a free swag bag with lots of offers from our businesses to come back and go shopping.
Most likely.
Yes, and all our restaurants have a little wine special or a martini special or something. So we encourage them to grab dinner first and come shopping, or vice versa. Shop first and go into the restaurants and meet your friends and catch up with everybody. So that's always a fun night. And then we start with our car shows. And the Friday night car shows begin Memorial Day and go through Labor Day every Friday night from 6 o'clock to 9, but usually people are down here at 5. We're not encouraging them to come too much earlier than that.
There's usually live music for those, right?
Yes,
At
we have
train
entertainment
station.
every week at the
And
train
his dad did
station.
that for all of her life.
Yes, it's so fun. I love going up there. The band last weekend. Lemon Tree.
Smoky Tomato does the street
Smoky
tacos.
Tomato does the street tacos. I think Another Round does some pizza out there. Angelo's does some pizza. Christina does
No,
grilled,
what do you call the trucks? No food trucks.
no
we have
food
street
truck.
food.
We have street food from our very own
That's
restaurants. Yes. So a lot of that is going on. And up at the train station, we do have every week a different band. Last week it was called the Generation Gap, and they did some great music from the 60s. We have jazz, we have piano, we have, music that relates, cover bands that'll go with today's music and that. So it is kind of fun to see everybody up at the train station from 80 years down, 90 years down to the little ones that are dancing with the wet in the fountain.
Ella just started this year being a dancer too.
Oh, fun. They have such rhythm.
They do.
They're so good.
Maybe not. They're fun. They jump around.
I enjoy watching it.
As it relates to festivals, is the farmers market considered an end of yours? I know the YMCA does it, but is that part of your stuff? Or
years ago, one of my business owners, Marta Culla, and I went out to a couple other markets. And this market originally was just food grown from the ground. And we could see this was changing. And Marta eventually became a director on the Y board and made some changes to our market now. So now we have cheese, we have olive oil, we have nuts, we have books. We nuts with cookies and French pastries. The cheese is good. The flowers, the honey, the clothes, the art pieces, jewelry. So it's kind of a mix for everybody to come down. So I have to say, I'm probably there every week, but I don't really have to do any work for that. And the YMCA gets some money for that. So after the car show, then we start again with sidewalk sale in the summer. And we also do another girls' night out. And then our fall events, we work with the Downers Grove Rotary Club, and window painting has been going on in this town. My daughter's kids are bringing their kids down now, and they're painting the windows down here. So that's a great event Rotary does. And I'm a member of Rotary, and we kind of join forces. And I work with the businesses and find out, if there's any special place on their building that they don't want painted, and the volunteers from Rotary mark the windows, and the kids can come down. We purchase water-soluble paints, so they're not permanent on there. And Rotary voluntarily hires window washers, and they come down and they wash all the business owners' windows for us.
Well, that's around holidays.
Yes, it is. It is usually the weekend before Halloween. And then we have safe trick-or-treating in the downtown that Sunday. The Lions Club has a little parade on Sunday morning. The kids walk down Main Street and go into Fishel Park. And then it seems like we're at Thanksgiving, which kicks off the Christmas holiday.
You're already there.
Yes, and Gingerbread Festival and the tree lighting ceremony. The Village of Downers Grove does that. So we work with great people. Yes, the Village of Downers Grove. It's usually Mary Pratt at the village organizes that. And it's Boy Scout, Girl Scout troops, people like that. Anybody I think that wants to get involved. And we have been doing gingerbread houses for years. So I think last year we opened it up a little bit more and decided, whatever they like to do.
During it, we made a gingerbread house, which was humble at best. For the whole office. The whole office got together. It was a lot of fun to make, but it was a very humiliating or humbling event. It was.
Yeah, it seems like an easier prospect.
And that's why we changed the categories this year, because we had students from COD in there, and they were a little difficult to compete with.
Right.
Yeah, so we did different categories, and we are going to do it again this year. So that's kind of a quick rundown of the events.
Did I miss did you say the art festival? Did you talk about that?
Thank you very much. No, that's what I'm working on right now. Thank you. That is September 12th and 13th, and we're hoping for beautiful weather. It's great on us. Saturday the 12th and Sunday the 13th. That's
September.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have been working hard on that.
And that's always a great. They got great stuff with that.
Oh, I love the art.
Do you pick all the artists?
We have a committee.
Gotcha.
We have a committee, and I was so excited. We're back doing this festival by ourselves. We had hired a production company, but that didn't quite work out for us. So we're back doing it ourselves. So it may be a little smaller this year, but the quality of art is excellent. And we have one woman that actually lives in Westmont that is coming back, and she does pottery and she does teacups. Just absolutely beautiful work. And she's coming back. It was before, when we worked with a production company, the cost was about $450 for an artist. We brought it down to $200 this year. So I'm hoping, because we've got to grow it again.
Yes.
Yeah.
If there are artists out there that would be interested in it, that might have a list of somebody that can contact your office.
Yes.
So we can let that number out at the end.
Okay.
Or the information, but that would be, if anybody's out there.
That's great. We still have room for a couple spots. So we're always keeping an eye out.
It's one of the reasons I love Downers Grove, living and doing business in the area, is that it's got a real small town feel. There's, downtown Naperville, great place, lots of fun, good restaurants, but it's like a college campus. Downers Grove, it's a real community feel. And you see a lot of the same people out at these events, and people are really involved in the community. It's a great place to live and work. So.
It is, and when I first started, I think so.
Live workshop.
Exactly. When I first started this, I always felt like, okay, now I've got Mayberry RFD. What can we do with this? And a lot of people said, well, we should be like Naperville, but this town. It's not Naperville. It's not Naperville.
Huge.
It's huge.
Naperville's huge, and Hinsdale, nothing against any of these places, but Hinsdale is very small. There's not a lot there, and people, it's just a different feel altogether as well.
Exactly.
And so, why don't we just be ourselves and find out,
And that's what we've evolved into, is small businesses here. We welcome family businesses. We welcome small businesses. You get the service, you get the attention, you get the. I could tell you stories for another hour, but I won't bore you, of how our business have reached out to other shops. If somebody comes in to the toy store looking for a little red wagon and they happen to be out, they will go to another store, pick it up, bring it back, so they can have it for a birthday party this weekend. This is the kind of service that they do down here. And if you're looking for, a perfect pair of shoes and they don't have the size, they'll reorder. And so it's nice. You get the extra attention that you don't get in the malls here.
Oh, yeah.
And you're right. The moms that I see downtown walking with the strollers, and the grandmas and the grandpas, in the Friday night car show, they're showing their grandson a car that grandpa used to have back in 1922. And that's fun to see. And the young couples that are now moving back here, my daughter and her fiance just bought a home here, close to town. They can walk to town, and they love it. And we're working on maybe some more nightlife. I'd love to see a jazz club here.
Oh, that would be
something
so
like
cool.
that. Yes, exactly.
Anyone
Piano
interested in a
bar.
jazz club?
Yes, piano bar and
Kevin,
jazz
I'll
club.
help you out.
I'm looking. Yes. And tapas restaurant. We're looking for a tapas restaurant.
Tapas.
And
Those are awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Just in case that sounded-
Yes.
Okay,
But they're awesome though. They're the food.
Yes.
Oh.
No, she said tapas.
Yes.
Okay.
I know.
That's what EJ's eyes like.
Maybe this is a difference. I should change the subject. But it's
I'm both of those.
Yeah, I am too.
exactly. And we're looking now. I'm talking to a couple special occasion shops with bridal dresses, prom dresses, with 2 public high schools in the area and like 3 Catholic high schools right around here, to not have to go into the city to have a good shop, quality shop here. So we're looking for that. So I appreciate being on the air and getting a chance to let people know what we're looking for.
Right.
So
Well, then,
thank
you
you.
never know who's listening, but
Oh, yes.
they're out there.
Yes.
So do you have a role into in actually attracting? I know you're trying to make downtown Downers Grove better all the time. What's your role in actually bringing in these businesses? Because you're always giving us updates on what's coming. Are you out there fishing, looking for them, or are you just helping them get assimilated, or what's the
No,
role?
I go town to town, walk around and look and see what fits in their town that we don't have here. So I'm constantly on the lookout. And we have, our board of directors has a wish list of the businesses that we feel we're missing here. And over all the years that I've known the property owners, they have learned to wait a little bit. Not just take the first person that walks in the door, because some people come in and they're very prepared to open up a business. Other people come in and this is like a lifelong dream. So I try and educate them as best as I can. When I go out and reach out and look to see, I don't ever try to recruit a business from another village.
You don't steal them.
I don't
Unless
steal
they
them.
open a second
location.
Like
That's
Wall
how
Street
I
Popcorn.
approach them. Yes,
When I had the
exactly.
jewelry stores, oddly enough, I had a jewelry store just beside Linda's office. And then I opened one, and when I opened the one at Oak Park, they opened the popcorn beside me, or I opened beside them, and then right after that, they opened just down the street
Right.
here.
And that was
and it was
going.
multiple locations, and it works out good, but you don't.
No,
I'm not trying
I
to
just, when
steal.
they're ready to open a second one, I just want them to think about downtown Downers Grove. All the awards we've won, all the accolades we've received here.
Linda Kunze is here.
And I don't know about that. But it's really a very, like you said, Kevin, a family-friendly, great community. The business owners get together once a month at one of our restaurants. We have coffee and talk and kind of let everybody know what's going on in the downtown, what we're working on.
And you said Mayberry earlier, but I like to think of it as, and I think you said you hadn't seen this, but It's a Wonderful Life.
I have not somehow
I
missed
think you
it.
have to.
Ever seen that?
And I just think about, like, it's the town George Bailey rolls through and he's saying hi to everybody and he hops in, and I see Potter every once in a while on the corner, and I won't mention any names, but we have our Potter, we have everything, but it's that feeling. You know the people, you know what they're
Right.
doing, you know what's going on.
Exactly.
It's that hometown, yeah.
And every one of our business owners tries to reach out to their customers, find out what they want to see in their store. If there's a different line, they'll try and bring that back in to the store. So it really is nice. I've always thought that Downers has been the best kept secret, but not anymore. Now,
It's starting to
especially
show up.
with Erin Panacea is our marketing director, and she is my guru for social
She's
technology. She has us
What's her last
everywhere,
name?
anything.
That always throws me off because I knew her before she was married, but it took
Oh,
me a
Erin
second to catch
Jordan.
up. Yeah, right. It took me a second to catch up.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
oh.
yes, exactly. So she has the latest and greatest for this town and is on daily, sometimes a couple days, putting things out, news, alerts, a new business. Mia Cantina's just started. It has been demolished, the inside,
Okay.
this week.
So they
Yeah,
got
so-
it the
Yes.
day before, yeah.
So what are you working on now besides Mia?
Any secrets we can
Well,
put out there? What we're working on?
oh,
Okay, well, this instead, what do you want? What's your dream thing for here? Okay, I'm coming to you first of all. What is the one thing you want? You said a wish list. What's the top of the wish list? What would you like to see?
I would love to see a kitchen store down here with
Perfect.
cooking classes.
Great. I am going to open a kitchen store with cooking classes.
Okay.
What do I do? How do I navigate that
Big
process of?
Give me a call and we'll leave my number.
And you do
or
everything.
Go onto down.
One call, that's all.
I'm
Your free
second.
COO, Linda Kunze.
This is a well-kept secret.
No, I can help you navigate. So if you
So
haven't,
signage and all that stuff, because first time people are opening a business, first time, second time, third time, it's always a struggle, or always was for me and still is, to find that, like, where do I get signs?
Right.
Where do I get this? Do I even need a sign? Is there a permit? And is there a business permit?
Village
There's not one in Downers,
Grove,
which is still weird to me.
code
but,
enforcement
yeah.
can help walk you through anything.
But you can help
What
me
I
find
do
those
in the
places.
beginning is sit down, figure out what you want to do, how you're going to do it. Make sure you have a business plan put together. If you don't have a business plan put together, I would send you to College of DuPage. They are wonderful out there. You can call them. You can say, listen, I'm thinking about opening a business. Do you have something coming up? Is there a seminar? Is there a class?
Sure.
Can I just sit down and talk to? I know there's an organization out there with older executives, and they will sit down and talk to you, kind of help you put statistics together, help you put your business plan together, because you have to have a business plan before you can get any money.
We'll talk about that afterwards.
Okay.
That's also a service I provide if you'd like to
Oh,
send
good.
them a
Well,
business
that's
plan.
good to know.
Yeah, sure. But that is huge. People don't even know they need that. And so
No.
you're definitely pointing them in the right direction by going, here's where to
Start there. Then, once you've got that together, we can sit down with the Village of Downers Grove, and they can kind of look at the space that you're looking at, go over any changes or codes that have been updated throughout the years, and they'll let you know that. Then, when you're ready to do an architectural drawing and where electric is going, where plumbing's going, then we'll bring that to the village staff. They'll look that all over and just say, yes, this is code, this is the type of plumbing you need, this is the type of electricity you need for what you're doing.
Is that scary? Not to go with me, right?
Excuse me, and
Hold my hand.
I believe me, I do
You're
that
gonna be
with a
my
lot of people. Yeah, and really, no, they know what they're doing. You've got the health department in there too, so I can go with people to the health department, to the village, just kind of hold their hand through the process. And, I think just if they have a face with them, that sometimes helps.
Yes.
And, just so I'll reiterate everything that the village said. And, if this space is not right for you, if there's too much involved and, you just don't have the cash to spend $20,000 in permits for some of these big developments, then, there may be another little space. I'll keep a list. So if I know you're interested in opening up a business here, I'll call you back when something smaller opens. So and then the process continues. They work with the health department at the village. They work with sanitary district. So there's a couple people that I recommend to go over and sit down with, and they're always very open and
So when's the
willing to
Mexican
talk.
restaurant supposed to open?
That would be Mia's Cantinas.
Yes.
And Robert Butterfield Kitchens has opened up. right next to Every Day's a Sunday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes, fabulous
I've
restaurant.
heard it's good.
Yes, it's an American grill with
Yeah.
a filet. Oh,
I've been in
twice.
there. I've been in
I haven't.
Yeah.
Kevin hasn't, and I haven't, so maybe we should
You
put that
need
on
to
our list.
go. Even if you go in for a glass of wine and some appetizers, their asparagus and dill sauce, their crab cakes. They're all so delicious. And I had a shrimp taco, and I had a beef medallion, and a wine sauce. I know, it's making me hungry because I haven't had lunch today. So no, we're always looking for a different type of restaurant, and
So you can find another Italian restaurant to
Oh, believe me,
So
yes.
tomorrow, if I'm going to open an Italian pizza restaurant, you can help me?
I will
There are a lot of
kindly
Italian
say- Yes.
I think the perfect spot for that jazz bar will be right there beside Every Day's a Sunday, though. That huge building right there.
That would be great.
That, the
That-
perfect. It'd be the
I
perfect spot.
agree.
It's
That's
a slant.
So,
It's got a little bit of a slant there, you know, so when you walk, you kind of walk
Yes.
around.
to the viewers out there,
You can
anybody
find
with
me
financing
one.
for jazz,
I'll
we will
work
help
with the
set it up.
property
Yes.
owner, and because I think that would be very
Yeah,
fun.
me
Because
too.
you've got residents right upstairs to come
And the sushi
down.
bar is next door, and then you got
Yes.
the restaurant next
The
door.
ice cream, the steak, exactly.
I know.
Yes, yeah, that would be
Tell
great.
you what, Linda, growing up in town, there wasn't a whole lot going on here when I was growing up. I don't think there was a bar in town. Maybe there was. I just didn't know. But the
Was
restaurants
there?
weren't that
You
great.
said growing up,
It's
what were
really-
you doing in a bar?
No place for a 12-year-old to get a good drink. But it's really come a long way, and you've had a lot to do with that. So
Well,
thanks for.
It's come along by instead of
I-
ID checking.
Appreciate that. I live in this town. My kids have been brought up in this town. One's coming back now to live in Downers Grove. So I care, it's my heart is here. And to see some of the restaurants that we had to go into when we first moved here, I understand, Kevin. So that's been kind of a goal to bring in some really good food, good quality, different types of restaurants, and we're getting there. You know, like Scott said with the Italian, I would probably say, I don't know if you'd want to open up here. We have 7 Giordano's. Yeah, right.
Just
You know,
pizza.
exactly. A combination of all
How many
of
ways
that.
can you make red sauce?
So,
And I like them all. I just the variety is the spice I like to
Right,
say, and it'd be
it
nice
is.
to be able to. The Mexican one's gonna be great, and we have a wonderful one. Not to leave them out up the street. What's the name of it now?
Alfredo's
Alfredo's.
Taqueria.
Hot dogs now.
Yes,
It's
yes.
Alfredo's Taqueria, and they got great food.
They
Not a
got
lot of
great
room
food.
inside though, so I think these guys will be able to help you
Right.
do the sit down
Right,
and take out.
and Phil Patel had come into Alfredo's a couple years ago and said, what authentic and great food.
It's
But
amazing.
it is good food. He doesn't have a beer and wine license, and it's small, so it's very hard. He can't expand anywhere.
Yeah.
And he's very happy with his
He
lunch
stays up
crowd,
at
and
night, no
dinner
shit, man,
crowd.
you
He
get out of the bar
does.
if you want to run down on a taco.
Yes,
He's your guy.
yes, exactly. Or a burrito, depends on
Street
how much
taco
you
at
have
4
to
a.m.
drink.
Hey.
He is good. So I think they'll both complement
I
each
do
other.
too.
I think it'll bring more people to town looking for great Mexican food, and if you want your fresh margarita to go with your burrito or enchilada,
Yeah, who
then
wouldn't?
yes, yeah. So I think it'll be fun. And Esteban is the owner of Mia Cantinas, and he's going to have a community table in there, which I think was a great idea on his part. So if there's a group of us that want to get together and go out and have a glass of wine,
What's the
we
opening
can all
date?
sit down. Now, I don't know yet. They're gutting, but I'm hoping early fall. So we'll see.
Well, Linda, it's not hard to get the 3 of us to go out with you for wine.
Oh, good, good.
Just come find us.
Anyway.
Kevin's been doing it since he was 12. So.
And the idea, the checking IDs has obviously gotten better.
Oh,
That was how your mom were drinking at 12.
And another thing to your point, Kevin, was we have tropical snow now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always looking for venues for the kids, the teenagers to come down. And Fair Game is a game store. Gosh, I went past the other day and there were 6 bicycles lined up outside.
Yeah, what are we going to do to get a bike rack? I could barely get by.
I I'm working on that.
I was just being funny.
Yes, yeah, no, we need a couple more down here, 'cause
Oh, we do.
especially they're
Yeah, we
all
got the
riding
yoga shop.
The
bikes.
orange box are taking
And the
up all the
yoga
space.
shop, yes,
You got the
that's
yoga shop, and then
great.
you got the tropical snow right there.
And every day's a Sunday, still for the ice cream and that. So we're always looking for new venues. There's a new children's store that's opening up in the area. They've just started. I can't say a name yet, but they make their own soda. They have the barrels of candy.
Like your secret services
I
over
know.
here. Can't tell you.
And just really cool space. So I reached out to them to see if they'd like to open in our town, and because with all the parades, the Memorial Day,
It would be beneficial.
the
in this
4th of
world, right?
July, this community always has something going on down here. So I think, it just, the more the better.
So Linda, if somebody wants to help us investors for our jazz club,
Yes.
or wants to open a business, how do they find
They
you?
can
so
call
they
you
know
or call me.
How can they reach you?
It's downtowndg.org is our website. Very simple. And my phone is on there, and you can look it up, or I can give you
What's your phone
number 630-725-0991. Feel free to call. I'm always looking
She's
out
wonderful.
for businesses.
Oh, yes.
You guys are very sweet. And I take requests from the community. If you're out there and you're in a town, you see a business like, oh my God, that's pretty cool. We don't have that here. Call me, pick up the phone, and I'll send them a letter, send them demographics, just let them know what a great community they are. Yeah, yes.
Well, thanks so much for your time, Linda.
Oh, you're welcome.
Glad to have you.
Thank
Thanks so much.
you. Great. Good luck, you guys.
Hey.